everybody, my name's Durbas. This is 90 Drive. Today we're driving a 2020 Mercedes A220 4MATIC with a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged, producing 188 horsepower and 221 pounds of torque, and it'll get it from 0 to 60 in just 6.1 seconds. Not too bad for a little car. And yes, this is considered the Baby Benz, and we'll get back to that later in the video. For now, let's get this show on the road and let's see what this Baby Benz can do. All right, one of the first things we're gonna notice is this big 10.5 screens. This car comes with a premium package, so you do get that. You also do get heated seats, power seats, memory seats, dual climate control. Everything's controlled by this pad as well. Or you can also just go ahead and control it through here just by touching, and it's pretty intuitive. Go back home, get your media to set up any phone devices, Bluetooth, information on the car, and so forth. So the engine information, you go back to vehicle, and then you can also control the screens through the buttons on the steering wheel. So, with all that being said, let's get on the road. First and foremost, since we are 93 driving, we go to dynamic select and we switch it onto sport. We don't have sports plus because this is just a A220, which is fine. And then it gives you the readout that it is on sports. Obviously, like all Mercedes, you have your toggles here to change the gear, and obviously your indicators over here. So let's get the show on the road. Alright, here we go, driving the A220 4MATIC. And as I mentioned in the intro, the Baby Benz. Well, the story comes back to the early 80s where Mercedes introduced the 190E. And it was referred to by everybody as the Baby Benz because it was the small Mercedes. And at that time, it came in a couple variations. It came in just a regular version, and also they did have a diesel version. And the one that everybody loves to drive always wanted the 190E 2.3 16, which had a Cosworth engine in it. And even today, they're extremely rare, and everybody loves to find them to take them out racing. Fantastic car. Senna was one of the ones who helped calibrate the suspension, because at that time he was running in that series of racing in Europe. Anyway, here we are with this small Baby Benz now, and as I said in the intro, I show you this big screens, 10.5 and everything, so it really does make it really a nice car. And another reason why I'm bringing it up is because we're right here at the holiday season, Christmas or holiday, whatever you like to celebrate. It's right around the corner, and why not give somebody a nice small little car, a car that is actually extremely well built, great quality, great materials. But we'll get at that in just a minute. How about we just do a little standstill and see what this little engine, this 2.0 turbocharged 188 horsepower and 220 horsepower can do from a standstill. Oh, let's get down there. Let's see what she's got for the marbles. A slight hint of turbo lag right there, but other than that, she got up and took off. Thanks to that 4MATIC, a little loud, but there we go. Not too bad for a little car. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. It did pick up pretty nicely. You know, like I did say just now, a little turbo lag, but other than that, no, she got up to highway speeds pretty quickly without any hesitation. There's no, yes, we did hear a little bit of engine noise, but you know, we are talking about a 2.0 4-cylinder engine, so it does have to get all that it's got to be able to get it up there. And yeah, obviously it's not a lightning fast car, and that is not the purpose of this car. Instead, like I was mentioning earlier, it's actually a really nice car. Everything, the materials are really high quality, even though you're talking about an entry car. But when you have a silver star on your hood, or your bonnet as you want to call it in some other countries, but everything feels right. Like the material feels soft. Yeah, there's a little bit of plastic here, but I'm not gonna grab it. It feels cushiony. Everything that you touch feels soft. The screens are great. They have great layout. Thick steering wheel. It does feel nice. Funny enough, it has paddle shifters. I don't know who purchased this car would ever use a paddle shifter, because there's really no purpose for it. And you know, the controls, the layout and the controls for the heating system, everything works out pretty well. Huge, humongous sunroof that gives this car a really big feeling that is really roomy and airy. So I'm curious to see how this car will do around the twisty. And yeah, but overall I'm really impressed. The seats feel really comfortable. There's plenty of adjustments for the seat. You can adjust the lumbar, you can adjust the thigh control. I mean, everything is very well laid out. The heating system, the vents are really nice. They look almost like engine jets. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So let's get it down to the twisty and see what she's like. All right, here we go. 9 and 3 in the A220 in sport. Let's do it. Pretty peppy. I have to give it that. It is pretty peppy. It feels, yeah, it feels peppy. It feels pretty solid and well composed. It's carrying good speed. We got a little bit of feedback coming out from the steering wheel. Not a lot, but some. Brakes are strong. Yep, it handles pretty well, pretty flat. Not a lot of body roll. Let's see around this turn if we get any. Yep, there we go. This turn always gives you a little body roll. There we go. Around the bumps, pretty good. Holding the RPMs pretty high up since it's in sport. Up the hill we go. We got 4MATIC, obviously. Here we go. Yeah, it is actually quite entertaining, and it is carrying some good speed. Up, yep, a little body roll there. Yep, there we go. Transition here. Give it gas. Up the hill. Not bad at all. Wow, it was fun. It was fun, and I could feel I could push it more, but I wanted to be safe. All right, let's head down our other favorite twisty road and see what she's like. Let's do it. Cool looking Jag right there. Up the hill we go. Here we go. Alright, heading back with my final thoughts on the A220 4MATIC. I have to say I'm extremely impressed with this little car. It really has really shined. Obviously it's no rocket, so we knew that going forward due to the fact that it only has 188 horsepower and 221 pounds of torque. We knew it's not going to be a rocket ship. But the way it handles the bumps is so smooth. It rides so, for the most part, pretty quiet. It went through the twisties really well. Went through our second twisty road. It handled really well. The one thing that I have to say is that we're cruising at just normal speeds, and it's got plenty of power. It does, that 221 pounds of torque does make it feel more alive. We're extreme, and you just dump it and it actually really does get up and go. So it makes it really kind of a peppy little car. Obviously, you do get a lot of engine noise due to the fact that it is a 4-cylinder engine, which I mentioned earlier in the intro. But other than that, you know, it's handling beautifully. All the tech works perfectly fine. Yes, it doesn't have a big high-end sound system, but it can hold its own what it has. And all the tech works absolutely flawlessly. I mean, this was the first time that Mercedes, when this model came out, is when Mercedes really just said, you know what, we're going to invest the money and put really high-end tech in this car, and this is for the first time, and it works perfectly. Now that we are on the 2nd generation of this tech, and the newer models, but I can see exactly where all this began, and this works absolutely amazing. Everything else, perfect. Fit and finish, you know, it really does come high-end, and it should for a car of this price point. At this point brand new, it's probably $38,000 with the premium package, heated steering wheel. But over that, you know, overall, I think it's a really good package. And now that this car is 2 years old with only 20,000 miles on the odometer, and it's held up really well. All the materials is held up well. All the plastic that is in here that you can't really tell that much, but you know, it works pretty well. And for now, at a price point of $35,000, I'm sure you can wiggle that a little bit farther down. It would be something that it would be a great gift for somebody who is off starting a new job, going to college, or just want to spoil somebody and not go over the top and buy some super high-end Mercedes that obviously.
How may I help you?
There you
Obviously is the 7th studio album by American band Lake Street Dive.
I guess we didn't want that. But anyway, before we were interrupted by MB USA, and that's not the song that I was looking for. But here we're getting off. Fortunately, we got a little traffic, so we can, but let's hope that they open up. And we'll open up a little bit here. Let's see how it does here. Yep, it's doing pretty well. Yeah, it handles this little curve well. A little bit of body roll, not too bad. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, it's a fun little sporty little sedan, and it deserves its name, the Baby Benz. So with all that, and yes, you can actually speak to the car, and you can do tons of things verbally. So as we just noticed, I must have hit something in the steering wheel, but anyway, I'm rambling on. I hope everybody enjoys the show. I hope everybody's having a great time and getting ready for the holidays. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Let's subscribe. We're almost close to 300 subscribers. Let's get it done. I know we can. Let's get there. Comment. It does help the channel. I know exactly, that way I can know exactly what you guys want to see. Thumbs up. Notification bell on. Ding. Share. And more importantly, have a fantastic day. And I can't wait to catch you guys in the next video very soon. Until then, bye.